Does it seem like you're stuck and just in a rut? No matter what you try to do, it seems like you're making so little progress or next to none at all. But you can feel in your soul this business, this project, this offer is what you're supposed to be doing with your life. Yet, no matter how hard you try, you can't seem to catch a break. You can't seem to have the massive success you see everybody else having on social media. You, my friend, are facing the Hermetic Dip. Surprisingly, this time of struggle and slowness is really what's going to ensure that you can get incredibly rich and successful. How do I know this, you might ask? I've been in these down times too, these difficult ruts where you want to give up, yet I've generated over $1 million online and I've helped my clients make hundreds of thousands of dollars as well. The dip is a regular occurrence and I know how to get through it. And by the end of this video, so will you. So let's get into it. The Dip is a book that was released by Seth Godin in 2007. We have the same name, so you know the guy's a genius. And I think this concept of the dip came back into popularity because of Alex Hormozi, who is a big business creator, and he mentioned the dip the other day. So the dip is essentially about the trajectory of success for most people in business or projects or success life. You start with a new idea and you're really excited and you may even get some great outcomes, but soon enough you hit a slump and you just can't make the same big progress you made before. You struggle to get sales, you struggle to earn money, you struggle to be seen. This low time is known as the dip. But there's good news. After you overcome the dip, there is massive levels of success on the way for you. So why is this? And how does this even work? Well, on a spiritual hermetic level, the dip is just an expression of the fifth hermetic law of the universe, rhythm. The tides go in and out, the sun rises and sets, you breathe in and out. What goes up must come down. This is the law of rhythm. If you've seen my videos before, I talk about this law a lot. Maybe it's because I'm a musician, but it's present throughout all reality all the time. What you need to understand is that in life, you're essentially on a constant pendulum and it swings to the left and then equally swings to the right. The more polarized your emotions are, the more massive your rhythmic swings are going to be. So I use this example a lot, but if someone takes drugs, they have these massive elating highs, but when it's over, they have these crashing lows. They have a very extreme and destructive rhythm. What you need to understand about the dip is that it's a downward turn in hermetic rhythm. So let's say you start a new business and you begin all happy and elated and you may even get some success, and then the pendulum swings to the other side and you're in this trench of hardness and struggle. Here's the thing though, you need to be grateful that you're in this trench, because this is where the reality you desire is testing you to see if you actually want what you say you want. The dip is actually where most people quit. They go and start something else so they can get the good feelings again. But once they hit another dip, they quit again. And this goes on and on and on and on. They never have a successful business. They're really just stuck in a different sort of rhythm. One that causes them to lose, one that causes them to start, quit, start, quit, start, quit. What you need to understand is that when you're in the dip and you keep working, getting 1% better all the time at what you do constantly, you're actually pushing the pendulum. The old version of you, your old frequency, it wants you to quit. The universe likes homeostasis. It wants you to stay the same, but the more you work in the dip, the more you're putting pressure on the pendulum of your life for the upswing. With my YouTube channel, this happened, for instance. I released over 140 videos in the span of about 18 months, and I still couldn't get over 1,000 subscribers. I was stuck at 800 subscribers for a long time, but I kept going. I ended up deleting a lot of those videos because I came to find they were messing up my channel. So 140 plus videos gone with the wind, and some of them had decent views. But I didn't get discouraged because I understand the laws of the universe. I was just in a dip stage, right? 2 months after I deleted all those videos and started releasing these sorts of videos, I jumped from 800 subscribers to over 5,000 subscribers. Now I'd say I'm in another dip period, being honest, because I had an upswing. But it's fine because I'll keep putting pressure on the pendulum while I'm down here, and when it swings back, I'll have 100K subscribers. And I know this with a lot of conviction because this happened to me many times in my life. I'm used to it. Even as a musician in the music business, there was a long time no one heard me. I had a little success. I had some shows where people were saying the lyrics to my songs, and I had some songs get some views, get some streams. But then there was 6 years of nothing happening. But I was pushing the pendulum in that time, getting better as an artist, networking more, learning how the music business operates. And then what happened? One day, I suddenly had 200,000 streams. 500,000, a million. Now I have over 3 million streams on Spotify. It's all part of the dip. So yeah, no one's seeing videos I worked on really hard for almost 2 years. It sucked. I'm not saying that it doesn't suck, but once you know the law of rhythm, you know it's just part of the process. When your business is in the dip stage, you're becoming the person who is worthy of what you desire. Everything that you learn in the dip stage is necessary to actually obtain and keep your goal when you enter the upswing, because the dip gives you the skills and the awareness, the frequency change to get the reward. Frequency is just your level of awareness. This is why people who win the lottery but never knew the pressure and effort required to earn huge amounts of money, they end up losing it all. I know a bunch of you want to manifest $1 million in your bank account just like that. Sure, you can do that, but you had better make sure that you're the type of person who can keep it, or rhythm is going to take it from you. You understand? Sometimes it's actually better that you go through the effort, you go through some of the pain, you go through the dip, so that when you get the reward, you actually keep it. People who win the lottery and lose it all, they never had a wealthy frequency to begin with. The reason why becoming rich and wealthy is rare is because 99% of people quit in the dip. If everyone did it, then it wouldn't be rare, and then it would lose value. The only reason people look up to rich people is because most of them went through this dip period, and the vast majority of people simply can't persevere through it. So why do people quit when they're in the dip, and should you actually quit sometimes? The answer is yes. It's important to quit sometimes because you may be doing the wrong thing, and if you're in the dip for the wrong thing, you're gonna stay there. So firstly, how do you know you're doing the right thing? You need to know your purpose. You need to know your values. In the book, Seth says, do you feel a deep calling to the work? So how do you even get this deep calling? How do you know it? You know it from knowing your purpose, and you know your purpose from knowing your values. How do you discover those? Lucky for you, I built the free Value Finder tool to help you uncover your top soul-driven values so you can discover your purpose from them and build a business based off of your values and your purpose. When you know your purpose, you have a deep calling for the work. No one has to force you. You love to do it. So get the Value Finder. It's for free in the description below. Secondly, you need to ask yourself, do you love the process, or are you only hung up on the results? If you love the process because you did the Value Finder tool and now you're doing something that's aligned with you, you'll be able to make it through the dip. You'll have a soul-driven power to succeed. The spiritual plane will help you. No one has to ask me to make YouTube videos, huh? There's sometimes I wake up at 4 a.m. sometimes, just straight out of bed and start working on videos because in my sleep, something hit my head and I got the idea and I got to go execute it. Because I actually love to do this, and I know the results will come. What you need to understand is that your reward is trying to catch up to your process. Imagine this is your reward, and it's running to you. Let's say it's $1 million. But your process is getting better over time. Each time your process gets better, your reward picks up more money. Eventually, your process gets to a point where it's pretty much dialed in. You're going to make very minor adjustments now, but it's pretty much solid. Now your reward can actually catch up to you, and instead of $1 million that you thought you wanted, you end up getting $10 million. When you're doing what you love and you consistently get better, your reward is going to be massive. The only time you should quit is when you're doing something that's not aligned with your values. And if that's the case and a better opportunity comes along, it's fine to quit. But you're not going to quit now because you have the Value Finder. And now you know that the dip is just the Hermetic law of rhythm. You may have thought you were in a downturn, but get ready for a massive upswing. If you're actually in a dip, it would help you to get the laws of the universe on your side to create a 6-figure and greater business. If you want to learn how to do that, check out this video. I'll see you next time. Peace.